So I've been speaking about plunges, and my particular fascination with plunges is that I've also been fascinated by this whole concept of consciousness. And for the sake of this little story, we'll define consciousness as the capacity to be aware and to choose. The capacity to be aware and to choose. And so when I've taken these plunges, I'm always very alert to the moment in that context of the definition of consciousness. So I've actually become a better golfer because of all of this. And you say, well, what does golfing have to do with this? Well, maybe nothing. But the fact of the matter is that it has helped me. And I'll come back to that in a second. But the story that I tell is that I was in Tompkins Square Park with Bernie, and we were involved with what was happening there, and there's a lot of people playing chess, and there's a lot of people playing all kinds of games and roller skating and doing all kinds of activities. It's a very active park. And at one point I needed a cup of coffee bad, and I kind of was speaking out loud to myself. And one of the guys who was playing checkers says, "You need a cup of coffee?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Want $1?" I said, "Sure." Whips out $1, and I go and I have this cup of coffee, and it was the most delicious cup of coffee. And I told the guy, "Listen, I will pay you back." He said, "Go, yeah, okay." And he was concentrating on his chess game. So we finished the retreat, and the only thing that I could remember was that I said I would pay this guy the $1 back. So it was either on a Monday or a Tuesday. I went down to Tompkins Square Park, and the first thing that happened to me was that Tompkins Square Park didn't look like Tompkins Square Park like it did a few days before. And that was like surreal. And I looked around in the buildings, and the buildings looked different, and the park looked different. And it was almost like I had been in Tompkins Square Park at another time, which was really true, because another time was a couple of days before, but in a very time capsule site kind of thing, like, you know, Wi-Fi, like science fiction type of thing. We go up to the guy and said, "By the way, here's your $1." He goes around, he says, "Who are you?" "Who are you?" I said, "I borrowed $1 for coffee." He said, "You didn't have to pay me back." I said, "Well, I did. I said I would." He said, "I didn't expect it." But he took his $1 and went back to playing chess. And that was very transformative for me to see this ability, this consciousness, how it can change simply with the intention and attention that you might be at in a particular moment. So golf. When I'm in golf, I now am very conscious that every shot that I take is a particular moment in time. Where the ball lands and what clubs I choose and how I choose to hit that ball and how I choose to look if the wind is there, if it's a humid day, if it's heavy air, all those elements that professional golfers, obviously, they take into consideration. When you see them picking up grass and going like this, they're looking to see where the wind is blowing. And obviously, I'm not a professional golfer. I'm a hacker. I'm an amateur. But being conscious of the game in that perspective is absolutely transformative, because the plunges is not, you're not doing anything else other than looking at yourself, looking at who you are, looking at how you look at things. And golf is the same way. You're not playing against anybody. It's you and the course, as the golfers would like to say. And so all of these things, this passion and joining this revolution of consciousness, which is, I believe, what is now the revolution in the world, is fascinating to me. And that's the story.